Are you struggling to grow your list and maximize your email marketing effort? In this video, I'm going to sharing 7 biggest mistakes of email marketing and how to fix them so you can build a profitable list of subscribers. Konnichiwa, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Yosuke. Over the years, I've helped so many businesses to set up and run their email marketing campaigns. But it took a while for them to get it right, along with so many mistakes we made. In this video, I'm going to show you what are the 7 most common mistakes people make. If you know it, you can avoid them, right? So let's dive in. Mistake number 1 is not sending emails. Right? I know, right? The collecting email is tough, but sending a consistent campaign is tougher. Especially if you have a small team, it's even tougher. But again, you have to think about it, the ROI. So the email is one of the most effective form of marketing. Because in some study shows the email marketing gives businesses whopping 4,300% ROI. That's huge, right? You know, if you want to spend time, make an email or create another post on Instagram. I'm not saying Instagram is not important. I'm not saying that. But if you have time, you should commit some of your time to writing email and sending it on a constant basis. You can do it every day if you want to. It doesn't have to be. You can send every 2 weeks or so, or every month even. But being consistent is really important. Don't forget the leverage you have. So sending email to one person, 1,000 people, it's the same effort. You write one email and send it. So at the beginning, it's tough, right? Maybe you have only a couple hundred, or even like 50 or 60 subscribers, and then you're sending emails and you don't know like how many people will respond. But as you grow your list, it's getting easier and easier. That's why it's important to build it. It's tough at the beginning. It's same as a YouTube, right? YouTube channel. It's tough at the beginning too. So anyhow, mistake number 1 is not sending or enough emails to your list. Mistake number 3, do not make a clear point. Email is just like any other form of writing. You need a clear objective to let your audience to focus on. And it has to be simple. Don't try to pack so many topics into one email. Unless you are like a huge community service and you have multiple points to report, right? If you are running that kind of newsletter, that's okay. But otherwise, if it's simple email campaign, just stick to the point. And the point should be on the subject too. So your subject is what audience is expecting to read, right? It's just like a YouTube channel. You know, if you have a thumbnail, says something, when you click, you expect from the thumbnail, right? So it's same thing. I know the subject has to be like a intriguing or somehow clickbaity. Sometimes that happens too, but still you should keep the same point. So talk about one thing and throughout. Unless you have one of those like a fancy email editors, most likely your email will be just text only, maybe few pictures. So make it clear and make it on point and simple. Mistake number 4, lack of CTA. It's CTA, CTA, CTA. I know it's CTA, right? What is CTA? Right? Just in case you don't know, the CTA stands for call to action. Basically, call audience to take action, right? Then if you think about CTA, you know, it doesn't mean like a big red buy button to click. It's not like that. As long as it's some actionable thing, that's a CTA. Because you can measure the results too. So it can be, you know, the link to the click free PDF download. That's CTA. And maybe you can just send a link, set the link for your latest video on the YouTube. Just watch, right? That's CTA too. So, but have something after your audience read the email. Let them do something. So that's why most likely it's a link. Maybe some download too. So that's a CTA, but you should always include that. Otherwise, it's like like a story without ending, right? So that is the CTA you should include all the time. So that's mistake number 4. Mistake number 5, too fancy. If you have like one of those major email campaign softwares, they give you like a bunch of really fancy templates, right? Yes, if you are a shopping site, that matters, putting beautiful image and perfectly crafted email. But if you are just a local business, or if you are, like marketers like me, actually the simple text-based email provides better ROI, better response. It's surprising, right? So it's been proven like that. So unless you are like a big Fortune 5 companies, has multiple multi-million-dollar budget to create really beautiful email, don't do it like obsessed with using fancy templates and make your email is fancy. One of the reasons is those email templates is really cool, but it takes time to build it. If you want to make it really nice, and as a template is nice, but as soon as you customize it, you start messing up, right? So your line doesn't align, and your font is not right and not small enough, not big enough. So it takes more time to perfect. Then if it's not good, it's not good. So unless you make a really perfect email, it doesn't look good. So otherwise, just make it simple text and maybe attach some flyers. That's the same purpose basically. So maybe instead of making really fancy template email, you can just create simple plain text message with flyer PDF attached. You can do that too. And probably you can do maybe 1/3 of the time by developing the same campaign. On top of that, those fancy templates, it's really difficult to make it right. Especially nowadays, you have so many screens, right? So if you have like an iPhone, that's okay. iPhone is pretty much same, but still iPhone has a plus, different size, and minis too, at least 3, right? And if you think about Android users, they have infinite number of size of screens, and you have computers, tablets. It's nightmare to create the email that fits everything. It's really difficult. So avoid that route and just stick with simple text email campaign with maybe you can attach the PDF version of the flyer. Then if people are interested, they open and read it. And the PDF doesn't never ruins your design. So it's trustworthy PDF. Works. So that's mistake number 5. Mistake number 6, not providing clear unsubscribe method. Email campaign softwares, they put unsubscribe button automatically, right? But make it really clear, and maybe you can mention in the text too. If you don't want to receive this email anymore, just click unsubscribe, right? It depends on the company, but sometimes you have to enter email address again, or you have to just click the button and then subscribe to. But that's really important to make it easy to unsubscribe, because first, the sending the email, if we don't need anymore, it's extra, put extra weight on your server. So and also it counts as your delivery number, right? So it affects your price too. And The worst case of scenario is because the receiver end of it, your customer don't know how to unsubscribe, they simply put spam or report as a spam. That's no good, because if somebody click that button, it sends different signals to email servers. Oh, this is called abuse. So your delivery, in a way, the trust in your quality of the email lowers. That's why it's really important, instead of push the report a spam button, just let them unsubscribe, or if they don't open for a while, you can voluntarily stop sending email. That's altogether. That's even does that too. Because if you're sending emails and the person never opens in like last 3 years, they're not gonna open, right? So, but your email server categorize your email into maybe a spam folder or a promotional folder. So then they never open. So it's still categorized as just a spam. It's not technically spam, but it's almost like that. It's not hitting inbox. So that's again another reputation score hit on your end. So instead of that, just let them unsubscribe if they don't want it. That's the part of the management email. Okay, so that's a mistake. So mistake number 7 is not using your pre-header or preview part of the email effectively. So this is big, because I almost talk about every time when I talk about email mistakes and stuff. So I'll just give you an example. So this is one of my Gmail accounts, and when you see it, this section is who is sending, right? So, and this is the title. The black bold text is the subject line, and right next to it there is a kind of grayed sentence, right? It's called a preview or pre-header. So that's the kind of beginning part of your email. So without clicking email, right, you can kind of see what's coming, right? So it's important, like first just few word, you can still see it. So there's opportunity to describe, what you're about to say. So that's why it's important, first sentence, instead of just writing random thing, start with some important message is included in this part of the text. Some software put specific text into this preview section. So if you have that option, use it. That's really important. Use wisely this section. So that's the mistake number 7. So this is it. So this is 7 biggest email marketing mistakes people tend to make all the time. Was it surprising? Was it something new to you? Let me know. Any comments in the below. And if you like to know more about it, I can make it even part 2 as well. So if you like this contents, please give me a like and consider subscribing if you like this kind of contents. Please sign up on my email updates from the link below, so I can give you email as soon as I upload a new video, and also some updates and special deals. And in the future, I'm preparing a free gift for you guys. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.